Welcome to the Black History Moment. I'm your host, Malcolm Martin, Carter G. Woodson Shabazz. And in 2001, Colin Powell became the 65th Secretary of State under then-President George Bush. That accomplishment was significant because Colin Powell was the first African-American Secretary of State in the history of the United States. Now you might say, okay, why is that important? Well, for those of you who don't know, the Secretary of State is not really a secretary at all. What the Secretary of State does is they hold international relations with other ambassadors from other countries all around the world. And they are at most times the person who was responsible for keeping those relationships cool. Now, obviously, Mr. Powell did a great job of keeping those relationships cool until he was led amok by that ingenious scheme of weapons of mass destruction that led us into the Iraq War after 9/11. We all found out later on that that was a bunch of malarkey, but I don't even know if malarkey is a word, but it sounded like something that they would do to Mr. Powell in the Oval Office, especially a Bush, since he couldn't even say nuclear. But back to Colin Powell. You got a brother, Secretary of State, being put out in front of the people to talk about why we're going into Iraq to invade for some weapons of mass destruction. Now again, you might think, oh well, they set him up. They made him Secretary of State so he could make that announcement. They want to put the responsibility on the black man. But what you had was a good man, Colin Powell, who decided that right in the midst of it, once he realized that what he was talking about may not be true, got up out of there, which, as you know, us brothers, we do very well, getting up out of there before the heat get on us. So, point being, 65th Secretary of State, Colin Powell, first African-American to ever hold that office and hold it well. And as y'all know, any brother with a middle name Luther gets his down-home African-American black card as it gets. Malcolm Martin, Carter G. Woodson Shabazz, signing off. Please take the time to subscribe to the channel, like the Facebook page, follow me on Twitter at Black History Moment, leave a comment, post a video, or just let us know what you think out there. Looking forward to hearing from you. Malcolm Martin, Carter G. Woodson Shabazz, signing off.